Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Drama on this Sunday with a double-header episode of Suspense. We will have Murder in G-Flat starring Jack Benny, his first appearance on the program back in 1951, and a 1955 production of Suspense 0 Hour with John Dehner. We'll also have the Screen Guild Theater production of Journey for Margaret starring Robert Young, Anita Louise, and Margaret O'Brien, a war drama. Night Watch from the mean streets of Culver City, California, using that revolutionary new product, tape recorders. And we'll wrap it all up with our first edition of Claudia for the week. That's all coming up on this Sunday. This is the 5th day of April, 95th day of the year. So 270 days remaining. St. Patrick returned to Ireland on this date in 456 as a missionary bishop. In Virginia on this date in 1614, Native American Pocahontas married English colonist John Rolfe. In 1621, the Mayflower set sail from Plymouth on a return trip to Great Britain, and in 1792, President Washington vetoed a bill designed to apportion representatives among U.S. states, the first time the presidential veto had been used in the U.S. In 1923, Firestone Tire and Rubber Company started production of balloon tires. In 1933, President Roosevelt signed an executive order creating the Civilian Conservation Corps.
We are giving opportunity of employment to 250,000 of the unemployed, especially the young men who have dependents. Let them go into forestry and flood prevention work.
The work relief program ran from 1933 to 1942 in the U.S. for unemployed unmarried men aged 18 to 25 and eventually expanded to ages 17 to 28. In 1949, on this date, a fire in a hospital in Effingham, Illinois, killed 77 people, resulting in a nationwide fire code improvements. Ethel and Julius Rosenberg, sentenced to death on this date in 1951 for performing espionage for the Soviet Union. In 1955, Winston Churchill resigned as Prime Minister of the UK amid indications of failing health. A 5-episode run of Spider-Man premiered on this night in 1978.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is the great big bang. Wherever there's a hang, you'll find the Spider-Man.
And the music was the best part of the show. Nicholas Hammond portrayed Spidey. The show almost universally panned despite pretty good ratings. Not even Stan Lee liked it. Only 13 episodes aired before cancellation. Cubans fled into a number of international embassies in Havana on this date in 1980. President Carter would speak to Cubans.
Our heart goes out to the almost 10,000 freedom-loving Cubans who entered a temporarily opened gate at the Peruvian embassy just within this week.
Cubans took the president's remarks as a sign to flee to the U.S., and hundreds of thousands took any boats available to flee to Florida in the Mariel boat lift. It was estimated almost 125,000 reached the U.S. It was on this date in 1984 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar broke the long-standing record for most career points held by Wilt Chamberlain.
Johnson looking for Kareem. He passes, guarded by Eaton. Kareem goes in. A Skyhawk.
At the time of his retirement, Abdul-Jabbar held the record for the most games played by a single player in the NBA. It would later be broken by Robert Parrish. He was also the all-time record holder for most points, most field goals scored, and most minutes played. He remains the all-time leading scorer in the NBA and is ranked number 3 all-time in both rebounds and blocks. It was on this date in 1987, Fox Broadcasting made its primetime TV debut by airing the premiere episode of Married with Children.
I thought we talked about this before.
What's that, Mom?
You know, sneaking up behind your sister, pulling her hair, pretending to kill her.
Katie Seagal, Peg Bundy. The show ran for 10 years, the longest-running live-action sitcom ever aired on Fox. ABC News anchor Peter Jennings informed his viewers on this date in 2005 he had lung cancer. This was his final broadcast.
Finally, this evening, a brief note about change. Some of you have noticed in the last several days that I was not covering the Pope. While my colleagues at ABC did a superb job, I did think a few times I was missing out. However, as some of you now know, I have learned in the last couple of days that I have lung cancer. Yes, I was a smoker until about 20 years ago. And I was weak, and I smoked over 9/11. But whatever the reason, the news does slow you down a bit. I've been reminding my colleagues today, who have all been incredibly supportive, that almost 10 million Americans are already living with cancer, and I have a lot to learn from them. And living is the key word. The National Cancer Institute says that we are survivors from the moment of diagnosis. I will continue to the broadcast. On good days, my voice will not always be like this. Certainly, it's been a long time, and I hope it goes without saying that a journalist who doesn't value deeply the audience's loyalty should be in another line of work. To be perfectly honest, I'm a little surprised at the kindness today from so many people. That's not intended as false modesty, but even I was taken aback by how far and how fast news travels. Finally, I wonder if other men and women ask their doctors right away, "Okay, doc, when does the hair go?" At any rate, that's it for now in World News Tonight. Have a good evening. I'm Peter Jennings. Thanks and good night.
Jennings would pass away on August 5th of 2005. The first case of H5N1 avian flu confirmed in the UK on this date in 2006 after tests on a dead swan found in Fife. Katie Couric announced on this date in 2006 she would leave the Today Show on NBC to move to the CBS Evening News.
I wanted to tell all of you out there who have watched the show for the past 15 years that after listening to my heart and my gut, two things that have served me pretty well in the past, I've decided I'll be leaving today at the end of May.
Couric would leave CBS in 2011 to move on to ABC News and Yahoo News and even do a daytime talk show. It was on this date in 2009 North Korea launched a controversial rocket. The missile passed over mainland China, which prompted an immediate reaction from the UN Security Council, as well as participating states of six-party talks. 29 coal miners killed on this date in 2010 in an explosion at the Upper Big Branch mine in West Virginia. Agents with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement raided a slaughterhouse in Tennessee on this date in 2018, detaining nearly 100 undocumented Hispanic workers in one of the largest workplace raids in the history of the U.S. And it was on this date 3 years ago today, Democrat Robert F. Kennedy Jr., scion of one of the country's most famous political families, announced he was running for president.
I'm here to declare myself an independent candidate. For President of the United States.
Why independent? Because he couldn't get on Democrat ballots. He was too conservative for them. Well, Kennedy now the Secretary of Health and Human Services under Republican President Donald Trump. Passing away on this date in history, General Douglas MacArthur.
Old soldiers never die. They just fade away.
MacArthur passing away on this date in 1964. Also passing away on this date, Brian Donlevy. You remember him from Dangerous Assignment. Aviator Howard Hughes. Danny and the Juniors, Danny Rapp. Also from Nirvana, Kurt Cobain. Poet Allen Ginsberg. Race car driver Lee Petty. Writer Saul Bellow, Nobel laureate, sees the day. Actress Deborah Lee Scott, singer Gene Pitney, actor Charlton Heston, and John Panette.
No, I'm actually writing a book, Around the World in 80 Buffets. And in my research, I found that there are some foods that shouldn't be all you can eat. Like Chinese food shouldn't be all you can eat because you get hungry again. I don't know what it is. They put something in it. They must. Because I order takeout, they're always real happy. Oh, he's gonna be back. I give that big boy 1 hour. Because you do get hungry again. What is it, too? And you go from full to starving. There's nothing in between. You go from, oh my God, I can't believe I ate all that chow mein. Hey, look, they brought egg rolls. So I went to this Chinese all-you-can-eat buffet, and well, the owner, he got I mean, he was rude, though. He'd come out every hour. Son of a you here. Look, he go again. He started screaming at me. You're going now. You're here 4 hours. Why you here 4 hours? You not come here anymore. Why you have spare rib? You're so big. Eat vegetable. Eat broccoli. You'll scare my wife. Love Chinese food shouldn't be all you can eat.
John Panette was quite the entertainer. He started losing weight, started getting healthy. Problem was, his body didn't like it, and he passed away on this date back in 2014. Birthdays of those who left us already on this date include Booker T. Washington, Spencer Tracy, monologist Lord Buckley, actress Betty Davis, actor Gregory Peck, Arthur Haley from Roots, singer Gail Storm, film director Roger Corman, The Platters, Tony Williams, impressionist Frank Gorshin, and you remember him as the Riddler on the campy Batman series, and jazz saxophonist Stanley Turrentine. All those folks born on this date, they are now performing on a new stage.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
Wojo from Barney Miller. Max Gale still with us at 83. Retired pro wrestler, now fitness guru, is DDP Yoga. Diamond Dallas Page is 70. Judge Greg Mathis is 66. Musician Paula Cole, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? 58. The man who sang about being happy and did a lot of other music, Pharrell Williams, 53. And a couple of more wrestlers of note. The daughter of Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, 40 years old, and the son of Rey Mysterio Jr., Dominic Mysterio, is 29. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 5th day of April as their birthday. If this is your birthday...
Hi, we're the 4 freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you!
Quick note, if you want to find out more about taking good care of your gut, if you're tired of eating rolls of Rolaids, handfuls of Tums, if you're tired of taking over-the-counter or prescription medicines, why not check out Professor B's Digestive Aids, profbees.com. Very simple thing to research. Go to profbees.com. The link's in the show notes. The link's also at classicradio.stream. Use promo code Wyatt when you go there if you decide you want to purchase. That not only supports the podcast, but you get the best price available on it. You save 10%. Professor B's Digestive Aid, profbees.com. 2 simple, pure, natural ingredients. Professor B's Digestive Aid, profbees.com, promo code Wyatt. Coming up next, the first of our 2 episodes of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense, and Jack Benny's first of 4 appearances on the show, Murder in G-Flat.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chief hope of our enemies is to divide the United States along racial and religious lines and thereby conquer us. Let's not spread prejudice. A divided America is a weak America. Through our behavior, we encourage the respect of our children and make them better neighbors to all races and religions. Remind them that being good neighbors has helped make our country great and kept her free. Thank you.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we go back 75 years, April 5th, 1951. Jack Benny made 4 appearances on Suspense. This was the first, Murder in G-Flat.
Autolite and its 96,000 dealers present Suspense. Tonight, Autolite brings you a story of treachery and greed. A story we call Murder in G-Flat, starring Mr. Jack Benny.
Greetings, Pepito, my favorite free holy friar. What's on the menu?
The special, Senor Wilcox, is Autolite Stay Full Battery.
You mean you're serving the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use?
See. What is better for quick, dependable starts, huh?
Ah, nothing's better than an Autolite Stay Full, that frisky friend of car owners from coast to coast. But?
You don't want one, Senor?
Everybody wants an Autolite Stay Full. The buxom battery with fiberglass retaining mats protecting every positive plate to prevent shedding and flaking and to keep the Autolite Stay Full battery power-packed for paramount performance.
See. How you want it, Senor?
Why, it's perfect just as it is, Pepito, and built to give longer life, as proved by tests conducted according to accepted life cycle standards. So, friends, have your neighborhood Autolite battery dealer serve your car an Autolite Stay Full battery, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use.
See. And remember,
you're always right with Autolite.
And now with Murder in G-Flat and the transcribed performance of Mr. Jack Benny, Autolite hopes once again to keep you in suspense.
Lieutenant, in here, sir, in the rec hall.
What's he doing in the rec hall?
Well, he thought he'd tune the piano while I was waiting, Lieutenant.
Sunday night. Why couldn't you guys pick a better night than Sunday night? My one day off, and I have to come down
Sorry
here.
we had to call you, Joe.
This the guy, huh?
Yeah. Hey, you.
That's it. C flat. If I had my wrench...
This is the lieutenant.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lieutenant.
Name?
My name is Remington. Hercules Remington.
That's it, Joe. We checked.
Huh.
Pardon me, Lieutenant, but my wife, Martha, is going to be awfully worried. You see, I haven't seen her since this morning. They told me...
You haven't seen your wife since this morning?
No, and I thought that if I could phone her and at least tell her where I am...
Where'd you pick him up?
Coney Island, Joe. He called us from there.
Yes, and I should have called my wife, too. Look, Lieutenant, I don't want to seem persistent about this.
You'll have plenty of time later to call your wife. Now, give the lieutenant the story in detail, just like you told it to me on the way down here to the station.
What kind of work do you do, Remington?
Well, I'm a piano tuner, Lieutenant. Yours is out of tune. C flat, Lieutenant. See, if I could get my bag, I'd tune
Look, Remington, I haven't got all night. Now, either get on with your story or I'll have...
All right, Lieutenant. But I really would like to call my wife first.
Start your story.
All right. But if there's any explaining to be done to my wife, you guys will have to do it.
We'll be happy to. Now, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, Lieutenant, this whole mess started yesterday morning, Saturday. I got up, had breakfast with my wife, Martha, and my Uncle Herman. He's my black sheep uncle of the family. He's a carnival man, came to work at the World's Fair here, and has been living with us ever since. I think he ought to pay at least 1/3 of the rent, but Martha, well, she feels sorry for him. Anyway, I left the house around 10 o'clock on my way to the Lippenridge School of Music. I usually tune their pianos on the first Saturday of the month, you see, because there aren't any classes there on that Saturday. I catch the BMT at 57th and get off at Union Square. Well, yesterday morning I got on the subway, just like I always do. I carry a little ordinary brown bag with all my tools in it and usually lay it right next to me under the seat. I was just sitting there, thinking hard, wondering how I was going to meet the bills at the end of the month, when a man sat down next to me. He shoved something under the seat and just sat there staring ahead. B flat, D flat, B flat, D flat, B flat, D flat.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got carried away for a moment. 4 stops later, the man got up, reached under the seat, pulled out a little brown bag, and started for the door. I remember noticing he was bald-headed and wearing big black horn-rimmed glasses. For a minute, I thought he'd stolen my bag of tools, but I reached my hand under the seat and found my bag was still there. I remember sort of chuckling to myself, thinking of the coincidence that he'd been carrying the same type of bag. Well, anyway, I got off at Union Square and walked up to the Lippenridge School of Music on 14th. There are 4 floors there, a piano on each floor, and I usually start at the top and work my way down. Well, since the school doesn't have any classes on Saturday, the place was deserted. That one's sour. Yeah, D flat. Well, I'll soon have that in shape. What the... I zipped open my bag to take out my tuning hammer and my wedges, but there were no tools in my bag. The tools were gone, and in their place were bundles and bundles of crisp $10 bills. And then it hit me. The little bald-headed man on the subway. The man who sat down next to me. This bag belonged to him. He picked up mine by mistake. There was no name on the bag, no identification of any kind. I started counting one of the bundles. Each bundle contained $1,000 in $10 bills, and there were 25 bundles. I had just come heir to $25,000. When I got home, Martha was washing some clothes out on the back porch, and Uncle Herman was rolling pennies for his pitch penny concession. I called both of them into the living room, pulled all the shades down, closed and locked all the doors, and set the bag on the table.
Hercules, what are you doing back home so soon?
What kind of nonsense is this, nephew?
Martha, Uncle Herman.
You look awful pale.
I guess I do.
Hercules, what's the matter with you?
Listen to me, both of you. I'm rich.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Hercules, act your age.
I'm not lying to you.
Look, I gotta get out.
You must be sick.
Look, will both of you be quiet for just a minute?
Sounds like he's drunk.
Are you sick, Hercules?
Look, I'm not sick and I'm not drunk. I've got it right here.
You've got what?
Look. Wow.
Hercules.
Now do you believe me? Now do you believe I'm not sick or drunk? Look at it. $25,000.
$25,000? That's a lot of money.
Hercules, where'd you get all this money?
I found it.
Found it?
Found it?
Yes.
Listen to me, Hercules Remington. Don't you lie to me. Where'd you get all that money?
I told you, Martha. I found it.
I haven't lived with you for 10 years for nothing. I know when you're lying to me. Now tell me, where'd you get all this money?
Okay, if I tell you the truth, I know you won't believe me.
Tell me anyway.
Well, all right. Look, this morning I got on the subway, just like I always do. And some little bald-headed man with black horn-rimmed glasses sat down next to me. When he got up to get off the subway, I noticed he was carrying a brown bag, just like mine. At first, I thought it was mine. But mine was still under the seat. Anyway, when I got to the music school, I opened my bag and And all this money was in it.
Sounds fantastic.
Hercules.
But it's the truth. The little man picked up my bag by mistake. I searched this one for some identification, but there isn't any.
Then you mean the little bald-headed man has your bag with the tools in it?
I guess he does.
It seems odd that anyone would be carrying this much money around in a little brown bag.
Odd or not, the fact still remains that I didn't steal it.
Well, I guess there isn't any way that you can get a hold of this man, so we'll just have to turn the money over to the police.
The police?
Yes, I said the police.
But why?
Why? Good heavens, Hercules, you don't expect to keep this money.
Why not?
But it isn't ours.
Why? Why isn't it ours? I found it. I didn't steal it, Martha.
Hercules.
Martha, don't you see? Maybe this is fate. Maybe we were meant to have this money. Maybe if
You're crazy. You're out of your head. You're talking like a madman, and I won't have it.
But, Martha...
You didn't come by this money honestly. It isn't legally yours.
Now, wait a minute, Martha. Maybe Hercules is
Now,
a
you
little...
stay out of this, Uncle Herman. Hercules, you're going to take this money to the police.
No. No, I'm not. I'm not going to take this to the police or anyone else. Do you understand me? I'm not going to take this money to the police.
Hercules, I don't understand you at all. But mark my words, you'll pay for this.
Well...
Don't pay no attention to her, nephew.
But why does she have to be that way? Why can't she understand me just this once? Why can't she see my side of it? See, I didn't steal this money.
No, you didn't, nephew.
And I'm going to keep it.
Sure you are, nephew. Sure you are. You're going to keep it.
You bet I am. The next morning, that was this morning, Sunday, Martha wouldn't speak to me at all. Her eyes were all red and puffed up. I could see that she'd been crying. And Uncle Herman wasn't doing much talking either. Martha just kept sniffling as she puttered around the stove. Martha, my peach isn't peeled.
Peel it yourself.
But
Here, I'll peel it for you, nephew.
Thanks, Uncle Herman. Martha, please, won't you
Don't
try...
you talk to me.
Oh, don't be too hard on him, Martha. After all, a man's got a right...
I told you once, Uncle Herman, you stay out of this. It's none of your business.
Sorry. She's plenty mad. Well, ain't you going to answer the phone?
Hello?
Mr. Remington?
Yes?
Hercules Remington?
Yes, who is this, please?
I want to return your bag of piano tools to you, Mr. Remington.
I
believe there was a slight mix-up. I believe in my haste I picked up your bag instead.
But how did you find me? I mean...
Oh, it was quite simple. There's only one piano tuner with the initials HR in New York City.
Well, what do you know?
You do want your piano tools back, don't you, Mr. Remington?
Listen to me.
I don't think you'd like the idea of not being able to tune any more pianos.
What?
And I'd like to have my bag returned.
Of course.
As soon as possible.
Yes.
Tonight.
Tonight?
At 9:30 tonight, meet me at Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden?
At 9:30, at the 49th Street entrance. The door on the far end will be left slightly open. And, please be prompt, Mr. Remington, with my brown bag. You see, it will displease my business partner considerably if he finds I've lost the bag.
No, all right. The 49th Street entrance, the door on the far end.
Hercules, what's wrong? Well, you're as white as a ghost.
I am?
You sure are.
I guess I should be. That was the little bald-headed man with horn-rimmed glasses, Uncle Herman. I've just lost $25,000. Uncle Herman went in the living room to read the Sunday paper, and I went in the bedroom to tell Martha about the phone call. But she wasn't there. In fact, she wasn't anywhere in the house. She was gone, and I figured that she'd probably gone over to her sister's house. I was so nervous the rest of the afternoon I couldn't eat a thing. I left the house for Madison Square Garden about 9 o'clock. From riches to rags in about 24 hours. And I was back riding the subway. I walked up 8th Avenue to the garden. I turned and walked up 49th Street to the entrance and stopped. Sure enough, one of the doors on the far end was open a little, just as the little man had told me it would be. I slipped in through the open door. It was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. Hello? Hello? Anybody here? Hello? Is there anyone here? What the? I stumbled over something and almost fell. I struck a match and looked down at a body. The body of the little man in horn-rimmed glasses. His head was all covered with blood. I started to blow out the match, and then something caught my eye. Lying next to his body was my brown bag with the initials HR. And next to the bag, covered with blood, was my tuning hammer.
Autolite is bringing you Mr. Jack Benny in Murder in G-Flat. Tonight's production in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Senor Wilcox, why does the Autolite Stay Full battery need water like Pepito needs a hole in the head?
Well, Pepito, the Autolite Stay Full needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use because that consistently conserving and constantly cooperating battery has over 3 times the liquid protection of batteries without Stay Full features.
And why is the Autolite Stay Full strong as a bull, senor?
Because of the fiberglass retaining mats protecting every positive plate. They prevent shedding and flaking and keep the power-producing materials in place.
Greater convenience and dependable starting, yes, senor?
Right, Pepito. And in addition, the Autolite Stay Full battery gives you longer life, as proved by tests conducted according to accepted life cycle standards.
And all these make the Stay Full welcome a siesta after fiesta. Eh, senor?
Right you are. So, friends, visit your neighborhood Autolite battery dealer for an Autolite Stay Full. The battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use. Your Autolite battery man is fully equipped to give you the best in battery advice and service because...
Because you are always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite brings back to our Hollywood soundstage Mr. Jack Benny in Elliott Lewis's production of Murder in G-Flat, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Please, Lieutenant, may I call my wife? I want to...
Finish your story first, Mr. Remington. You can call her after that.
Oh, all right.
You were standing over the body of this man in Madison Square Garden. You found your tuning hammer next to the body.
Yes, my tuning hammer. Let me tell you, Lieutenant, I was scared. Plenty scared. Here I was standing over a dead man in Madison Square Garden. And clutched in my hand was his brown bag containing $25,000. Who had killed him? But I couldn't stop to think about that now. I had to get out of there, and fast, and take my bag and hammer lying on the floor with me. I started to reach for my bag when a sound, G-flat. Someone had opened up a knife. Whoever it was coming toward me, I blew out the match and waited. Who was in that corridor with me? Was it the business partner of the little man? Was it... I started to move backwards, and then a big black figure loomed up at me. With all my strength, I brought the brown bag swinging up from the floor. I ran until I thought my legs would drop. My mind was all fogged up now. I couldn't think straight. Who was the guy who just tried to kill me? One thing I knew for sure, I had to get rid of this money until I could think things out. But where? Where could I get rid of it? I neared the corner of 59th and 8th Avenue and then saw it. A bus terminal. Why not? A public locker in the bus station. I opened the door and walked in.
Scranton, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia leaving in 10 minutes?
Yes, ma'am, in about 20 minutes.
Excuse me, mister. I'd like to have a key for a locker.
Just a second.
G sharp.
What'd you say?
Oh, nothing.
What do you know? Haven't got an empty one right now. Have to wait a little while.
You mean out of all of these hundreds of lockers, you haven't got one empty?
Well, I'm sorry, mister, but you can see for yourself. A lot of servicemen in town over the weekend.
Well, how long will it be?
10, 15 minutes, maybe a couple hours.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll sit over there. I bought a paper at the newsstand and sat down on one of the benches. I didn't even know what I was reading. I just kept... And then I saw it. On page 2, a complete account of a robbery that had occurred on Friday night at one of the downtown post offices. 2 bandits had escaped with $25,000 in $10 bills. This was it. It must have been. But would the police believe a story like that? Of course they wouldn't. I had the money, and it was my tuning hammer there, lying next to the body in the garden. I got out of that bus terminal in a hurry and walked up 8th Avenue. Where could I go? The only place I could think of was Coney Island. Coney Island and Uncle Herman and his pitch penny concession. It was late, and the island amusement park was almost deserted. It was cold and close to 11. Uncle Herman was leaning against the side of his concession as I walked up.
Why, nephew, what are you doing out this way?
Uncle Herman, quick, let's go in back.
All right. There ain't no customers anyway. Yeah. Oh, what happened, Hercules? Did you give the money back to the man?
I went to meet him at the garden, just like he told me. But when I got there and I found him, he was dead.
Dead?
He'd been beat over the head with my tuning hammer.
Why, Hercules.
I was just about to grab my hammer and bag and get out of there when someone made a lunge at me in the dark. But I got away. I went to a bus terminal to put the money in a locker. I had to wait. And then I read that the money is stolen post office money.
Oh, you got yourself in a mess, nephew.
I'm frantic. I don't know what to do. That's why I came here.
Well, I'm glad you did, nephew. Glad you did.
But what am I going to do?
Well, best thing would be to go back and get that hammer and bag. Leave the money here. I'll hide it for you.
But maybe I ought to go to the police.
You can't go to the police with that story. They'd never believe you, Hercules.
I know.
Bring your bag and come with me, nephew. I got a hiding place for that money that no one will ever find.
Uncle Herman locked his place up, and then he led me over to the fun house. It was closed now, and the place was all dark. But Uncle Herman had a key. He led me up some stairs to a high ramp that people climb on, to slide down the big chute. He stopped at one of them.
Here, nephew. Right under this top chute, we'll just pry one of the boards loose a little and slip the bag with the money underneath. No one in the world will ever look for it. There we are. Now, give me the bag, nephew.
Here you are, Uncle Herman. Are you sure that no one will find it here?
Absolutely, nephew. You and I are the only ones who know where it is. Well, there's nothing to be afraid of. Now, hand me the bag.
Here you are.
That's it. Now, let's just check to make sure that...
What's the matter, Uncle Herman?
Where's the money, nephew?
The money? What are you talking about? It's in the...
Is this what you call money? Why, this bag's got nothing in it but bundles of torn newspaper.
I don't understand.
Hercules, dear nephew, what did you do with the money?
I don't know. It was in there. You saw it yourself when I brought it home.
This a scheme of yours, Hercules?
Scheme?
Trying to cheat on your dear old uncle, aren't you, Hercules?
Uncle Herman, what are you talking about?
Where's the money, Hercules?
G-flat. That knife. G-flat.
This ain't no time to play games with your Uncle Herman, Hercules.
Uncle Herman, where were you tonight?
What's that, Hercules?
G-flat, your knife. It's G-flat.
Looks like this thing has got you going, Hercules.
It was you in the garden, wasn't it, Uncle Herman? You killed him.
Let's not waste any more time, nephew. Now tell me where that money is.
I don't know.
Stop lying to your dear uncle, Hercules.
I'm not lying.
I usually use this knife to scale fish. The smell of fish is stronger than the smell of blood.
But I tell you, I don't know where that money is.
You're lying to me. You came down here just to throw me off, didn't you? Make me think you lost the money.
Uncle Herman, stay away from me.
All right, Hercules. So you won't tell your dear uncle.
He rushed at me with the knife. I stepped back, tripped over the board he had pried loose, and fell down. But Uncle Herman... He went hurtling over me, head over heels down the long slide. When I got back down at the bottom of the slide chute, he was dead.
The uncle had his neck broken, Lieutenant.
Yeah. What about the money?
Well, Mr. Remington's wife turned it over to the authorities this morning about 11 o'clock. She said the money wasn't his, and she didn't want him carrying it around.
Well, I guess that'll be all, Mr. Remington. You can go now.
But isn't it dangerous? I mean, the partner is still...
We picked up his business partner a few hours after the robbery.
Oh.
But just in case you happen to come across another $25,000 that doesn't belong to you, promise me that you'll get in touch with the authorities, will you, Mr. Remington?
Oh, I've learned my lesson, Lieutenant. Believe you me, I have.
Yeah, good.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, I almost forgot. I gotta call my wife. She's probably frantic by now.
There's a payphone right outside in the corridor.
Payphone?
Yeah, right around the corner. You can't miss it.
Well, she's waited this long. I think I'll just tell her when I get home.
Suspense. Presented by Autolite. Tonight's star, Mr. Jack Benny.
Ah, fine meal, Pepito. So long.
Hey, no dessert, Senor Wilcox?
I never desert, Pepito. I'm always faithful to those 400 fine products for cars, trucks, tractors, planes, and boats made by Autolite in 28 plants from coast to coast. These include complete ignition systems used as original factory equipment on many leading makes of our finest cars. Generators, coils, distributors, electric windshield wipers, voltage regulators, wire and cables, starting motors, and many more. And they're all engineered to fit together perfectly, work together perfectly, because they're all part of the Autolite team. So, friends, don't accept electrical parts supposed to be as good. Ask for and insist on Autolite original factory parts at your neighborhood service station, car dealer, garage, or repair shop. Remember, you're always right with Autolite.
Next week on Suspense, our stars will be Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz in Early to Death. And in weeks to come, you will hear such famous stars as James Stewart, Ann Baxter, and Rosalind Russell, all on Suspense.
Suspense is produced and directed by Anita Louise, with music composed by Lucien Moravec and conducted by Lud Gluskin. Murder in G-Flat was written for Suspense by Richard George Petticini. Portions of this program were transcribed. In tonight's cast, Joseph Kearns was heard as Uncle Herman, Bea Benaderet as Martha, and Larry Thor as the lieutenant. Others in the cast were Clayton Post, Jack Crucian, and Paul Frees. Jack Benny may be heard each Sunday on CBS on his own radio program, The Jack Benny Show.
And remember, next week on Suspense, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz in a story about a mysterious airplane crash in the mountains of Mexico. A tale we call Early to Death.
You can buy Buy Autolite Stay Full batteries, Autolite Resistor Type or Standard Type spark plugs, Autolite electrical parts at your neighborhood Autolite dealers. Switch to Autolite. Good night.
Tonight, Autolite salutes the men and women leaders in boys' clubs all over America. This is National Boys Club Week, a time to remember that our boys' clubs serve the boy, the community, and the nation by training tomorrow's leaders today. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
I always thought that Elliot Lewis was the one who approached Jack Benny to do this. But according to a newspaper story around the time that the event came out, after Dennis Day played bank teller turned bandit in the Christmas for Carol episode of Suspense, Jack Benny called up Elliot Lewis and said, "What's the matter with me?" And a few weeks later, Jack was on Suspense. So there you go. And one of the other press releases that went out on this said, Jack Benny convinced that 39 is still young enough to launch a new career, saying, "I'm afraid if I confine myself to comedy roles much longer, I'll be in danger of being typed or typecast." And you heard mentioned Joe Kearns, B. Benaderet, two people that Benny was very familiar with working with. And the show specifically written for Benny. So there you go. Murder in G-Flat, an episode of radio's outstanding theater of thrills Suspense, as it was originally broadcast on this date, going back to April 5th, 1951, 75 years ago today. We'll have a second episode of Suspense next, 0 Hour.
This is Debbie Reynolds. If you've been wondering what you can do to fight communism personally from your own home, there is something you can do. Support Radio Free Europe, the station built and financed by the contributions of the American public to the crusade for freedom. Radio Free Europe is one Cold War operation the communists fear and attack constantly. Support Radio Free Europe. Send your truth dollars to Crusade for Freedom, care of your local postmaster.
So you'll notice in the opening of the show, they talk about how this show was being brought back by popular request. By the volume of email the original performance did. The problem was the show aired on Escape in 1953. Well, Escape was gone. And the only show that would fit was Suspense. And you'll hear the how it was suspensed, how it was set in history of the broadcast. And so you'll find this, I hope you'll enjoy this. This episode of Suspense, narrated by John Dehner, goes back to May 5th, 1955, some 71 years ago.
And now, tonight's presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Tonight, Suspense brings you a repeat performance of one of the most controversial plays ever presented over your radio. It is called 0 Hour by Ray Bradbury. After the initial performance, a great number of letters were received. Some comments were highly complimentary, and an almost equal number were not. However, because so many of you did write asking to hear this provocative work of fiction again, we present it, and hope that those of you who have not heard it before will write us your opinion. So now, starring Miss Isa Ashdown, here is tonight's suspense play, 0 Hour.
What a game. Such excitement they hadn't known in years.
Mink talked earnestly to someone near the rose bush, though no one was there. Then the two little girls, shouting, laughing at each other, such fun, such tremulous joy. Mink ran into the house all dirt and sweat. For her few years, she was loud and strong and definite. And her mother, Mrs. Morris, peeling vegetables at the sink, watched with amusement as her daughter threw into a sack old pots and tools and things which were relegated to child play.
Oh, my goodness, Mink, what's going on?
Oh, the most exciting game ever, just ever.
Oh?
It's all right, I take these things, Mom.
Well, just don't dent them and it's all right.
Thanks, Mom, we won't. Bye.
All right, dear. Oh, what's the name of the game, dear?
Invasion.
Invasion?
Invasion. And in the garden now, a serious concentration. Mink with an assortment of pots, pans, and wrenches, forks, spoons, and her friend Anna, a little younger, tongue in teeth, taking notes on a pad.
This, and this. What's it say next?
Wait a minute, Mink.
Well, hurry up.
4, 9, 7, A and B and X.
4, 9, 7, A and B and X.
A fork and a string and a hexagonal.
A fork and a string and a hexagonal. What do we do next, Mr. Drill?
And then Mink talking to the rosebush again, and to her own satisfaction at least, receiving some kind of answer which she relayed to Anna.
Triangle.
How do you spell it?
Oh, any old way, doesn't matter. Now write beam.
I haven't got triangle yet.
Well, hurry. 0 hours by 5 o'clock. We haven't got all day.
Then time out from invasion for lunch. Mink bolted down the soup and coincidentally crammed a sandwich into her mouth.
Now you slow down, Mink. Whatever's waiting will wait a few minutes longer.
But I can't. Drill's waiting for me.
Drill? Well, that's a peculiar name. Is he a new boy in the neighborhood, dear?
He's new, all right.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen him. Which one is Drill?
Oh, he's just around. You'll make fun. Everybody makes fun. All the kids do.
Well, I don't think that's very nice. Is Drill shy?
Well, yes, in a way. I don't know. I gotta go now, Mama, if we're gonna have the invasion.
Now, you finish your milk, miss. Who's invading what?
Martians invading Earth from up there.
Oh, I see. And, Drill's a Martian?
I think so. He's had a very hard time getting here.
I should imagine.
They couldn't figure out a way to attack Earth. How to get in or something. And Drill says they have to do it by surprise and even get help from your enemy.
Oh, a fifth column, huh?
Uh-huh. And all this time they haven't been able to figure out how to attack until one day they thought of children.
Well, that was bright of them.
And they thought of how grown-ups are so busy, they never look under rose bushes or on lawns.
Oh, that's where Drill is now, under the rose bush?
Uh-huh, with all his friends, too. And there's something about kids under 11 with imagination. It's real funny to hear Drill talk.
Well, it must be. You better run along out if you want to have your invasion before dark. Oh, and bath tonight. School tomorrow, you know.
Drill says I won't have to take any more baths.
Oh, he does he?
And we can stay up till 10 o'clock.
Well, your friend Mr. Drill had better mind his P's and Q's, or I'm going to call up his mother.
That's just it. Drill says you're dangerous because you don't believe in Martians. Just like you think Drill's a kid. Well, he's not. And they're going to let us run the world when they get in. All of us kids. And I might even be queen.
Well, that's nice, dear. Now run along.
Mom?
What is it, dear?
Mom, when the invasion comes, we'll have to get rid of you and Daddy. But I'll be sure it won't hurt very much.
Well, thanks. Thanks a lot. Hello.
Hello, Mary. How are things in New York?
Oh, Helen, how nice. Are you in town?
Oh, no, I'm in Danbury. I was just thinking of you and thought I'd call.
Oh, it's long distance, though. You shouldn't.
Oh, I can afford 3 minutes.
How's Henry?
Fine. And Bill?
Oh, just fine. What about Mink?
Oh, wonderful. Noisier than ever. Oh, she's got a new game now. It's taken the place of hopscotch. Invasion.
Is she playing that, too?
Well, yes. Are yours?
Same thing. Some kind of geometric jacks, I suppose. Isn't it a scream? You know, all the kids their age are playing it up here. Timmy's got a crush on some guy named Drill. I think that's what it is.
Oh, it must be a new password. Mink likes him, too.
Oh, I didn't know it got to New York. Word of mouth, I suppose. You know, kids. Funniest thing, I got a letter from my sister in Boston. She says her kids are playing it, too. It's just sweeping the country.
Well, I wonder where they learned it.
Don't ask me. All I know is what Timmy told me at lunch. 0 hours at 5 o'clock.
When?
Today. That's when the invasion's going to be. Oh, these kids and their imagination.
And they talked a little more. Schoolgirl friends. Casual woman talk. But Mrs. Morris was thoughtful. She was thinking of other things, of adults, of children with imagination, rose bushes, dimensions. She thought of how much she had forgotten about being a child, and she wondered about Mink and all the kids who were at that moment playing Invasion.
And a kiss for Mink.
I will, and to Bill and the kids.
Thanks. Bye.
Goodbye.
An hour drowsed by. It was 3 o'clock. There was an occasional hum inside the coolness of the house as a car passed outside. The street was lined with good, green, and peaceful trees. And all across the city, in other gardens, in other places, children under 11 were excitedly playing a game, talking to rose bushes and grass lawns, trees and shrubs. Even children in apartment houses, high in the air, conferring with potted plants, cactus, and ivy. Mrs. Morris finished her housework and went to the kitchen.
Oh, hello, dear.
Hi, Mom. Can I have a glass of water?
Of course, I'll get it.
Pi r squared, 27. A over 56 to the 7th degree, x t7.
What, dear?
Oh, nothing, Mom.
Oh, here you are.
Thanks.
How are things going? The, invasion.
Oh, that.
Yes, that.
Almost finished. When everything's right, Drill said we should be ready on time.
5 o'clock?
That's right. How'd you know?
Helen called me from Danbury. She says that, Timmy's playing it, too.
Hey, that's keen.
I guess all the kids are, aren't they?
No, not all of them. Not guys like Jimmy Wood and Bob Wilson. They're growing up and they make fun of us. They're worse than parents. They just won't believe in drill. They're so smart just because they're growing up. You'd think they'd know better. They were little only a couple years ago. Well, we'll get rid of them first. Drill says it's okay to kill them first.
Mink, I don't like that kind of talk. Do you hear me? I don't like it at all.
Oh,
now,
Ma.
I mean it. You keep on that way and there'll be no more playing. You'll have to tell Anna to go home and you'll stay inside until bedtime.
I'm sorry.
Well, I should think so.
Thanks for the water, Mom.
Mink,
Yes, Ma?
what did those numbers mean?
What numbers?
Those numbers you were saying to yourself before.
Oh, that. They're the things we have to do to get Drill and his friends out. That's all.
Look, dear, why don't you and Anna go down to the drugstore and get some ice cream? You don't even have to use your allowance. I'll pay for it.
Haven't got time, Mom. Thanks.
Well, I'd never believe I'd hear you say that.
I gotta go now, Mom.
Oh, wait a minute. Mink, I want you to tell me the truth. What is this invasion silliness?
It isn't silly. It's just a game, that's all. Mom, we're just playing an invasion. Excuse me, I gotta get back now. I'll see you later.
It was a game called Invasion. Mrs. Morris's little girl, Mink, was playing it. So was Mink's friend Anna and all the other children under 11. It was called Invasion, and 0 hour was to be at 5 o'clock. Mrs. Morris was disturbed. She wasn't sure why, But there was something about parents shutting ears and eyes to what was happening. And because she was disturbed, she did something she didn't usually do. She called her husband at the office.
Hello, dear.
Oh, hello, Henry. I'm sorry to bother you, but Miss Maxon said you weren't busy.
Oh, not too. I should be able to get home early today. Everything all right?
Yes.
You all right?
I'm fine.
Mink?
Oh, she's... Henry?
What?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to talk to you for a minute. That's all.
Listen, are you sure you're all right?
Oh, yes.
Mink been getting on your nerves?
Not really.
Well, you tell her to behave, or when I come home, she and I are going to have a talk. As a matter of fact, she's been a little fresh lately, and I don't think it's good.
Well, she's playing outside. She's fine.
Honey, is something wrong?
Why, no, I told you I was just thinking about you and wanted to talk, that's all. Nothing wrong with that.
Not a thing.
You go back to your work, dear. I'll see you soon.
All right.
What time do you think you'll be home?
Oh, about 5, maybe a little earlier.
5. Oh.
Hey, what? Come on, what?
Well, I was just thinking. Nothing really, just Mink and you and me. Goodbye, dear.
You are okay, aren't you?
Yes, I'm fine. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Another hour passed, and it was 4:30. The day began to wane. The sun lowered in the peaceful blue sky. Shadows lengthened on the green lawn. Outside it was quiet, the two little girls more intent than ever upon their endless movement of design and pattern with the implements before them. Mrs. Morris watched from the window, and she had never known Mink to have such powers of concentration. She had turned on the radio and sat drinking a cup of coffee and turned over her thoughts.
Children. Children love and hate side by side. Sometimes children love you and hate you all in half a second. Strange children. Do they ever forget or forgive the whippings and the harsh, strict words of command? I wonder. How can you forget or forgive those over and above you? Those tall, silly dictators. Those parents.
Mom!
Oh, what is it, dear?
Have we got a piece of lead pipe and a hammer?
Well, I don't know. There might be in the garage. What do you want them for?
We just need them.
Well, if you tell me what for, dear, maybe I can...
Thanks, Mom.
Is something wrong?
Drill's stuck halfway. If we get him all the way through, it'd be easier. Then all the others could come through after him.
But can I help?
Thanks, Mom. I can fix it.
You better get through, Mink. I want you to take your bath before your father comes home.
All right.
Now, he's coming home early. And Mink...
Mink had disappeared behind the shrubs, and Mrs. Morris knew it was ridiculous to make an issue of it. Besides, what was the issue? Invasion? Drill? 0 hour? Unaccountably, a cool breeze came up, and although normally for that time of year it would have been a relief, Mrs. Morris felt a chill. She closed the window. Time passed. A curious, waiting silence came upon the street, deepening. Then from the living room, Mrs. Morris heard... "5:00. 0 hour. 0 hour. It had come, and now it had gone. But was the clock right? And Mrs. Morris, knowing how foolish it was, knowing it, went to the phone and dialed.
Silly. It's silly.
when you hear the tone, the time will be exactly 4:54 and 20 seconds.
"4:54 and 20 seconds. And Mrs. Morris knew that it wasn't as silly as she had thought, because it wasn't 5 o'clock yet. Not 0 hour yet. Then the car drove up into the driveway.
Hi, Meek. How's it going? Hi, Anna.
Hi, Daddy. Bye, Mr. Morris.
Got a kiss for your old man?
Haven't got time now, Daddy.
Well, that's a nice thing. What are you doing?
We're playing Invasion.
Oh, swell. Your mother in the house?
Uh-huh.
Okay, be good.
I will. 0 hour in a few minutes, Daddy.
All right, I'll be ready.
Mrs. Morris heard him chuckle. Then his steps up the walk to the front door.
Mary?
I'm in the living room, dear.
Oh, hi. Our daughter didn't have time for a kiss. How about you?
A hard day?
Not particularly.
Would you like a cocktail?
Oh, you read my mind.
Martini?
Perfect. Anything exciting happened today?
No. Oh, Helen called.
Oh.
From Danbury. I told her she was crazy, but she just felt like calling.
Like you calling me this afternoon. Crazy, huh? Hey, what was that all about?
Well, I told you. I just wanted to.
Hey, incidentally, what's this new game the kids are playing? Invasion. That's a nice depressing thought. Is she all right? Come to think of it, she looked kind of funny.
She's all right. What's the time, Henry?
A couple of minutes after 5. Why?
No, the clock's wrong. By your watch.
Oh, I've got 2 minutes, too. I'm probably slow. You got something on the stove?
No, I just wondered.
Honey. Hey, look at me. What's the matter?
Nothing, really.
Now?
No, really.
Mink's been up to something.
No, of course
Then
not.
what?
I guess I'm a little tired, upset, that's all.
You want to go out for dinner?
Oh, no, I've got a steak here.
I'll tell you what, I'll barbecue it. How'll that be?
Oh, fine. What was that?
What?
Well, I thought I heard something.
Well, I didn't.
I must have been imagining it.
Hey, you are jumpy. Why don't you have a drink? It'll do you good.
No, I don't want one. What's the time?
Mary, what is this? Now, I mean it. Something's wrong, and I want to know.
Oh, it's silly. It's so silly. I'm on edge, that's all.
Mary.
I am.
I don't like this. That kid's done something, hasn't she? I'm going to get her in.
No, Henry, please, don't. She hasn't. It's nothing at all. I just...
What's that?
I don't know.
Those kids haven't got anything dangerous out there, have they? I noticed a lot of junk lying around.
I thought it was a game. She wouldn't have done it herself. They made her do it.
What the devil?
Oh, maybe you better go out and tell them to stop playing now. It's after 5. You tell Mink to put off the invasion until tomorrow. Tell her.
It is coming from outside. What are they up to? I'd better take a look. Mink! Mink! Good Lord! Bombs! Bombs! They're bombing!
No, it's upstairs. I know it is. In the attic. That's where it is.
Mary! Mary, it is not up there! Mary!
He ran after her, confused, not a little frightened. She seemed to know something.
In the attic. That's where it is.
Her mind had worked that quickly. Any excuse to get him away from the outside, to get him upstairs to the attic in time. And outside there were more explosions, and they could hear the children screaming with delight.
It is not in the attic, it's outside. Mink's out there. What's the matter with you?
No. I'll show you. Hurry! Get inside, quick. Now we're safe until tonight.
Are you crazy? Why did you throw that key away?
Maybe we can sneak out later. Maybe we can escape.
For heaven's sake, the kid's out there. Do you want her to get killed?
You don't know. You don't. We've got to stay here. We've got to. It's horrible. We've got to. You've got to stay here with me.
At this point, I don't know how the devil I can get out. Where's that light?
Oh, be quiet. Please, be quiet. They'll hear us. They'll find us. Oh, Henry, please.
Well, who's going to answer the telephone? There's that noise again. It's in this house. Mary, what is this? Mary, what's happening? You know, now answer me. Stop it, Mary, stop it. Somebody's downstairs. Who's down there? Who?
Oh, no. Oh, hush. Please be quiet. They might go away. Please.
And between his wife's terror and the electric humming from below, Mr. Morris felt a great fear. They trembled together in silence in the attic. Mr. and Mrs. Morris, parents of the little girl. Then they heard steps coming up the stairs, and a voice.
Mommy, Daddy, where are you?
And a queer, cold light became visible under the door crack. The strange odor and the alien sound of eagerness in Mink's voice was almost more than they could bear. Each wanted to scream.
Mommy, Daddy.
And another sound. And the attic lock melted. Mink, with bright little eyes and tousled hair, peered inside. And behind her, tall, wavering blue shadows. Frightful shadows.
Suspense, in which Miss Isa Ashdown starred in tonight's presentation of 0 Hour. Next week, Suspense will bring you the story of a bomb and the man who carried it to its ultimate destination. We call it the Lunch Kit. Be sure to listen to Lunch Kit next week on Suspense. Suspense is produced and directed by Anthony Ellis. Tonight's script was written by Ray Bradbury and adapted by Mr. Ellis. The music was composed by Leith Stevens and Lucien Morawick and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Featured in the cast were Parley Bear, Paula Winslow, Eve McVeigh, John Dehner, and Beverly Hanley. Sound patterns were by Bill James and Ray Kemper.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
It might interest you to know that Isa Ashdown, who played Mink, John Dehner, who was the narrator, Paula Winslow, who played Mary Morris, and Eve McVeigh, who played Helen, reprised their roles from that original Escape broadcast. Of course, Parley Bear portraying the father in that. That episode of Suspense, going back 71 years, April 5th, 1955. Suspense was getting into a rhythm here, bringing back other shows. For example, the show that will air in a week, I don't know that we're not going to do that. But the show that aired on April 12th, Lunch Kit, had been aired not only on Suspense before, but also on The Whistler. And they both had a lot of interesting details in it. That episode of Suspense here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Alrighty, let's look at what's coming up the week ahead here. Tomorrow, Dragnet, The Big Saw, Crime and Peter Chambers, starring Dane Clark, Casey, Crime Photographer, and Barry Craig, Confidential Investigator. On Tuesday, we'll have Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, Amos and Andy, Jimmy Durante, and Danny Kaye. Wednesday, The Great Gildersleeve, Amos and Andy, My Favorite Husband, and Jack Benny, where the IRS comes visiting. On Thursday, more comedy with Bill Harris, Alice Faye, My Favorite Husband, Fibber McGee and Molly, and Father Knows Best. On Friday, Gunsmoke, Have Gun Will Travel, the Lux Radio Theater, The Lives of a Bengal Lancer. And on Saturday, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, The Great Gildersleeve, George and Gracie, and Jack Benny. A week from today, we will have Big Town, Dragnet, Escape, and Night Watch. Anytime, you can stay in touch at classicradio.stream. And when you go to classicradio.stream, you can find our social medias there so you can stay up with us on the Book of Faces and on X. Coming up next here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we'll go to the movies with the Screen Guild Theater production of Journey for Margaret.
Americans have always been noted for their know-how. And you young men in search of a career, you can put this practical talent to excellent use in one of our nation's many engineering schools. At the present time, we need engineers. We need them to maintain our scientific and engineering superiority. So look to your future, to America's future. Plan now to become an engineer.
We continue now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with the Lady Esther Screen Guild Theater, going back 83 years to April 5th, 1943, an adaptation of the 1942 motion picture Journey for Margaret, starring Robert Young and Margaret O'Brien, reprising their original roles in the movie, and Anita Louise taking the role of Laraine Day. And it is a wartime drama, as one might suspect.
Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players. The Screen Guild play tonight, Journey for Margaret. The starring players, Robert Young, Anita Louise, Margaret O'Brien, and Billy Severn. Tonight, Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players in Journey for Margaret, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's production of W.L. White's deeply moving story of England's war-orphaned children. It stars Robert Young as John Davis, Anita Louise as his wife Nora Davis, 6-year-old Margaret O'Brien as Margaret, and 4-year-old Billy Severn as Peter.
Daddy? Daddy!
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry, Margaret. I guess I'm still not used to your calling me Daddy.
What are you writing, Daddy?
I'm writing a story.
About what?
Oh, about you and me and a couple of other people. Now, suppose you run along and play so Daddy can work.
All right, Daddy. You work hard.
Margaret just came in and talked to me. Gentle, serious, wonderful little Margaret. She's our girl now. Margaret Davis, daughter of John Davis, foreign correspondent. That's me. And Mrs. Davis. That's Nora. This really started the first day we got back to London. Nora and I'd been through a lot those last few months. Poland, Norway, Holland. All the hopeless horror of the fall of France. Now back in London again, sitting in the third-floor room of our hotel, we were having a drink. Nora was drinking milk, of course.
John, I know it's sacrilege. With milk, I mean. But we ought to drink to something.
Nora, I want you to go home.
I'm sorry. Motion denied.
Oh, please go. For me. For us. Go back to New York. And have our baby there.
No, John.
Please, Nora. You saw what they did to Rotterdam. You were in France. They'll do it here, too.
I imagine they will. But they're still having babies in London, even in Rotterdam. I can't run away from life, John. Neither can you.
I might have known you'd just make a speech.
I'm sorry, darling. I didn't mean to get maudlin. You know, I'd better have a drink of your whiskey. I've got to sober up.
That was Nora. Brave, gallant Nora who never once complained. Not even when I had to leave her in the hotel room alone. It was about a week later, I think, my first London raid. I was out in the street with Herbert Allison, head of our London office. I guess it must have been pretty bad. The Hankels roaring up there in the dark and the ack-ack making an awful clatter.
That was close, John. Pretty rough on you to drag you out tonight.
Oh, forget it. If I didn't come out tonight, what would I write about tomorrow?
Oh, what will you write about anyway?
Meaning what?
Now, let's face it, old boy. That stuff you've been turning out is terrible. Straight out of the icebox.
Don't forget, I've got to keep a weather eye on the censor.
The censor wouldn't cut the stuff I want. The sort of copy you sent from Madrid. I'll wager those stories even made the telegraph girls cry.
Well, that was before Munich. Before Czechoslovakia and before France.
I can't blame it on that, John. It's you. You've changed. You don't get mad anymore. Now, if you could get mad the way you used to...
A man can't go on feeling forever. There's a limit. By and by, he finds himself dead. That's why I can't get mad. I'm dead.
Perhaps. Oh, look, there's something across the way. Direct hit, I think. Come on.
Yes, somebody found a telephone. Call it in. Gas and water lines broke. Up to it now and stand by with the ambulance.
What was it, Warden? A direct hit?
Oh, yes, sir. Direct hit it was, sir. Family in the name of Humphreys. Mother and son. Bringing the litter out here now. Here they are.
Hold the boy.
I'll hold him, nurse.
Thank you. Now, if we could get him to give up that little wool lamb.
I'll get it. Look, son, let me hold the lamb for you, will you? I'll give it back. Honest, I promise. That's a good fellow. Now, go ahead, nurse.
I don't think anything's broken. Shot, perhaps. Anything hurt you, son? Your arms?
No, don't hurt.
Oh, good. I'll take him along. Oh, come along, soldier. You're going to be fine.
Cowards. The filthy, rotten cowards to hit a kid like that.
What's the matter, John? Getting mad?
Oh, cut it out, Allison.
I'm sorry. What are you going to do with that lamb?
Lamb? Say, I forgot to give it back.
I'd keep it if I were you. Prop it up on your typewriter when you get back to the office.
Thanks, but I'm not going back to the office right now. I think I'll go home and look in on Nora. May I have my key, please? Room 319.
Yes, sir. I know, sir. Room 319.
What's the matter? Anything wrong?
I'm afraid so, sir. Demolition bomb at a sharp angle. Hit about the 5th floor.
My wife?
Well, you see, sir.
My wife?
St. Medlin's Hospital, Bayswater Road. I think you'd better hurry, sir.
I think you can see her now, Mr. Davis. Just a few minutes, though. I gave her a hypodermic.
Thank you, Doctor.
Before you go in, one thing you ought to know. I had to operate.
Operate? Well, why?
There was a lesion from bomb percussion. She'll be all right.
She's got to be all right.
She will be. Of course, she won't be having another baby.
You mean for a long time?
Ever.
Ever?
You mustn't let her know that yet. The full truth right now would make it worse. Do you understand?
Yes, yeah, I understand. Can I go in now?
I think so.
Nora.
Hello, Cookie.
Nora. Nora, darling.
Lean down, John. I want to touch your face.
Like this? Will this do?
Mm-hmm. For now. They gave me something to make me sleep, they said. Only it doesn't feel like sleeping. It feels like dying.
Oh, dope always does that to you.
It doesn't matter. They've killed my baby. All our babies. Tomorrow's babies. The day after tomorrow's. All our babies. Forever dead.
Who told you such nonsense?
No one told me. It's true, isn't it?
Darling, please, go to sleep now.
What did I want babies for? It was just a dream. Everything's a dream.
That's the hypo working. You're very drunk, my darling.
I don't want to be a dream. I don't want to be a dream.
Nora, let go. Try to get some rest.
I want to be real. Flesh and blood. I don't want to be a ghost.
Nora, honey.
A ghost. Beautiful ghost. I'll be a ghost. And you'll be a ghost. The whole world crawling with ghosts.
Nora. She's sleeping now. You can come back tomorrow.
Thank you, Doctor.
And I'd suggest you leave that little wool lamb at home. It might make her think of things she'd rather forget.
As soon as Nora could travel, I sent her back to the States. She was so quiet and so bitter, I thought the change might help. I had to stay, of course. I had my work. Maybe Allison was smarter than I knew. He asked for some articles on the Rizzick Children's Home. It was there I found an old young friend that kept a promise I had made.
Mr. Davis, you're sure it's the same boy?
I was sure of it when I saw him yesterday. That's why I brought his lamb. It's a bit ragged, a little on the depressing side.
That doesn't matter. It will make a link with his past. It might get him to talk. He scarcely said a word since he came to us.
Here he is, Miss Strauss.
Oh, thank you, Jenny. Come in, Peter. I want you to meet John Davis. Peter, have you lost your tongue?
Well, that's all right, Miss Strauss. Peter, I'm glad to see you again. I brought you something that belongs to you. A nice woolly lamb.
No.
But I promised I'd give it back. He's an old friend of yours.
My lamb?
The same one. Here.
Lamb. You ran away, lamb. Oh, lamb.
Thank heaven.
He's an awful lamb. Awful. He spoils his soup and throws his spoon down the pipe and wets his knickers. He's awful. Oh, lamb.
And we'll never take him away from you again, Peter. Never. Now, take him upstairs and get ready for tea.
Yes, we goes.
Goodbye, Peter.
Oh, no. You come too.
Well, some other time. I'll be seeing you.
You sure? You promise?
Of course I promised.
All right. Come along, lamb. We goes tea.
Poor little Temple.
He likes you. It appears you've become something of a link yourself. Yes?
I was told to ask for Miss Strauss.
I'm Miss Strauss.
I'm Mrs. Harris, and this is Margaret. I'm her foster mother. Her latest foster mother, that is. There were two others before me, but I'm afraid none of us could handle the child.
I'd rather we discussed it alone.
Oh, little Margaret and I have no secrets. It's just that she won't Talk or eat her FOOD. And nobody's been able to pry her loose from that incendiary BOMB.
I'm sure if you'll just leave her with us.
She does that curious thing all day long. Always rubbing her hands into her eyes like that.
Yes, I see. I believe I know how to...
Not that we don't think it was a privilege, you understand. My husband and I both felt it was...
Good day, Mrs. Harris.
Oh, well, goodbye.
That woman is worse than a raid.
And much more dangerous. Well, Margaret, we're glad to have you here.
Just stands there and rubs her eyes.
Yes. Margaret, would you like to cry? Would you like to cry, dear? You can, you know. You can cry if you want.
You won't smack me? You won't smack me if I bell her?
Why, of course not. Of course not. We never spank little girls. If you feel like crying, go on and cry. That's it. That's it, Margaret. Go ahead and cry.
I really ought to be getting along, Miss Strauss. I'm way overdue at the office.
You've been wonderful with the children, Mr. Davis.
Well, having tea was fun, but giving them a bath, that's a little out of my line.
They like you. I told them you'd come in to say good night. Right in there.
Well, children, you still up?
Bye, Mr. Davis.
Peter, why aren't you asleep?
You're not asleep.
Well, 6:30 isn't my usual bedtime. Now go to sleep. You too, Margaret.
I want my imagesium bomb.
Well, there it is, right by your cot.
The planes are coming. A bomber.
No, it isn't. It's just our guns chasing the bombers away.
It sounds like a bomber to me. Oh, God, take my love away. Oh, love.
He's going to sleep, Margaret. You go to sleep, too.
Is it a German plane?
No, it's one of ours.
Is it dropping bombs now?
No, it's going away.
No.
Yes, now. You hear? See, it's going away.
Good. I don't like German planes.
They won't hurt you if I can help it.
You sound awfully mad.
I am awful mad. But not at you. Now, go to sleep.
Will you sleep here, too?
Well, if you want me to.
I want you to. You didn't say your prayers.
I'll say them later.
I want you to say them now. I want you to say your prayers now.
Dear God. Dear God, take care of Nora and Margaret and Peter and all the others. And me. Please keep me mad, God. Please keep me mad.
So the curtain falls on the first act of Journey for Margaret, starring Robert Young, Anita Louise, Margaret O'Brien, and Billy Severn. Before the curtain rises on the second act, a word from our hostess, Lady Esther.
I have always said there are no truly unattractive women. There are only women who don't know how to make themselves look interesting and exciting. Let me tell you about a little incident that proves my point. A woman came into a room full of people one day, and no one even noticed her. She looked so drab and so plain. We got to know each other rather well during the evening, and I offered to prove to her that the right makeup could transform her appearance. So we went into the dressing room, and I removed all the heavy powder that made her skin seem dry and hard. Then I took a nice clean puff and carefully powdered her face and neck with Lady Esther powder. She could hardly believe her eyes as she saw her skin take on a look of radiant new life and freshness. "Why, my skin looks so much younger," she said, "and this powder even makes my eyes look brighter. Or do I just imagine it?" I told her no, it wasn't her imagination. I told her that Lady Esther face powder is deliberately planned to be flattering to the skin, the hair, the eyes. I told her I used hurricanes, twin hurricanes, to blow the powder and color together instead of just mixing them in the usual way. And I explained that it was this hurricane blending that made Lady Esther face powder new in texture and new in shade. A face powder that has made millions of women look more youthful and more attractive. Well, this time when she entered the room full of people, many eyes turned in her direction, admiring her. And I knew I had proved beyond the question of a doubt that Lady Esther face powder had transformed her appearance.
And now the curtain rises on the second act of Journey for Margaret, starring Robert Young as John Davis, Anita Louise as his wife Nora, Margaret O'Brien as Margaret, and Billy Severn as Peter.
As the days passed, I saw a lot of Margaret and Peter. And when Allison decided to send me to the States for a vacation, I cabled Nora asking her if I could bring the children home with me. When she didn't answer my cable, I phoned. Allison and I waited hours for the call to get through, and then... Hello? Yes, I'm ready. Hello, Nora? Nora?
Yes, John. It's me.
Oh, gosh, I'm glad. You didn't answer my cable.
Well, I just got it, John. I've been away in the country.
I haven't been feeling so well.
Nora, I know you. You're not trying to get better.
Well, maybe I wasn't, but I am now. Oh, John, it's a wonderful idea. I'm so excited.
I know, but which one, the boy or the girl?
Oh, darling, you can't ask me to decide.
Well, you can't ask me either. If you knew them, Nora...
Oh, then, darling, bring them both.
Both? Are you sure?
Of course.
I mean, really sure?
Oh, John, dear, come home and find out.
Oh, Cookie, you're wonderful. I'll cable you tomorrow. Allison, she said yes, she wants them both.
So I surmised. Now all you have to do is to get them passage.
You see, if I can get them on my plane to Lisbon, we can take a boat to New York.
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Davis. I'm afraid it's hopeless.
Hopeless?
Your plane is booked to the teeth. So is every plane for weeks.
We're just two little kids. We could squeeze them in. We'd sit in the aisle, the washroom, the... Look, Miss Fleming, why can't I take them as my luggage?
It's certainly irregular, but I might...
You could?
I think so. But then you're allowed only 40 pounds.
Well, that's not enough for two kids. Maybe not enough for one. But suppose they're both under 40 pounds. I could take one and get another passenger to take the other.
If you can persuade them, you're a genius. I'll give you the names.
Miss Fleming, I've never seen you before. Perhaps I'll never see you again. But I love you. I'll love you all my life. I know it's a strange request, Mrs. Bailey, but I've tried all the other passengers and been turned down. I'll make it up to you for everything you have to leave behind. If you take this child...
Mr. Davis, I'm going to live with my daughter in Canada. I have no one else left. My husband and my son.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It isn't easy to choose one 40-pound package that will represent 50 years of living. Those few things I can't give up.
Well, you've been very patient, Mrs. Bailey. Thank you, and I do understand. One of them was just over 40 pounds, Miss Strauss. If I just didn't have to choose.
But they're both under 40 pounds. And you do have to choose.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. This one stay, this one go. I can't.
And I must make your decision for you.
You?
Yes, I'm used to it. Here we must make decisions every day. You wait here. You will know which one in a minute.
Fine spot to be in. I didn't like them both. They weren't so sweet. One of them didn't like me.
Mr. Davis.
Yes, Margaret?
Judy says to tell you it's a girl.
A girl. Margaret, darling. Oh, Margaret, darling.
I hope it's the right one, Mr. Davis.
Could there be a wrong one?
Margaret! Margaret!
Does he know?
I tried to explain. He's so attached to her.
Margaret goes away. I goes too.
I wish it were that easy, son.
But I want to go still with my Mr. Davis.
Well, look, Peter, you'll be having a lot of fun. You'll go to live somewhere in the country, maybe. There'll be horses and cows and sheep, and real live lambs.
Don't walk.
I'll send you some presents, too. A nice new teddy and maybe an elephant.
Don't walk.
Of course you do. I'll send them to Trudy for you.
All he wants is that little ragged lamb of his. Look at the way he holds on to it.
I know. Peter, I'm leaving you, but it isn't because I want to. I like you, Peter, and someday I'll come back. Someday soon.
Oh,
gosh.
It's getting late, Mr. Davis. If you don't want to miss that plane.
Yes. Peter, will you say goodbye? Please, Peter. No, wait, don't leave like that. Peter, wait.
Forgive me. I think it's better so.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Besides, well, you said yourself it's getting late. Well, I better be going. Goodbye, Trudy.
Goodbye. I only wish you could be taking both of them.
There's the plane, Daddy.
What did you call me?
Daddy, Won't you be my daddy when we get to America?
America and everywhere else.
I want to go to America right now.
Well, then we better get aboard, unless you've got a secret pair of wings.
No, Daddy, I haven't got no wings. Margaret! Margaret! Look, Daddy, look. It's Peter.
Peter?
Now, I go stew with my Mr. Davis.
Peter, how did you get here? Who brought you?
I did, Mr. Davis. I found I could do without that 40-pound package after all.
Mrs. Bailey, I don't know what to say.
Well, then don't say it. Somehow after you left, I never felt more lonesome in my life. Up to the last moment, I was resolved. But then I made the mistake of calling your office, and almost instantly there was a lady at my house with a child, a Miss Strauss.
Mrs. Bailey, this is a wonderful thing that you're doing.
My son was in the RAF. Now, shall we go aboard?
I guess this is almost the end of the story. By plane to Lisbon and by boat to New York. We're coming up the harbor now, and I ought to take the youngsters out on deck. New York at night is something they'll remember all their lives. Something I'd rather like to see again myself.
Daddy, look at all the stars in America. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
No, those are the lights of New York City. The biggest city you ever saw.
What's it got lights on for?
To light up the city, just like... Didn't you children ever see a city with its lights on?
No. What's it got its lights on for?
Well, because that's the way all cities look when they're not afraid of being bombed, when they're not right in the war.
Isn't America right in the war?
Well, only a few days now.
Daddy, we stopped. There's a lot of people getting on from that little boat.
Newspaper man like Daddy.
What's it got its lights on for?
Well, Peter, you see...
John!
It...
John H. Davis.
Nora!
I chiseled my way under the press boat.
Oh, darling.
Oh, Mr. Davis. And Mr. Davis, Jr. And Margaret, oh, golly.
We saw the lights. All the lights are on. No, they're not. They're going out.
Out? Nora, what's that, a blackout?
Yes, John. New York's blacking out.
The lights are going out.
Are you frightened, Margaret?
No, Margaret's not frightened. But what's it putting the lights out for?
They're putting them out. They're putting them out because all the lights of all the cities of the world must go out before any of them can go on again.
Will they go on again?
Yes, dear. Just as soon as the war is over.
And when they do, not anything, not anyone will ever put them out again.
Will I see?
Yes, Margaret. You'll see.
Thank you, Billy Severn, Margaret O'Brien, Robert Young, and Anita Louise for your grand performances in Journey for Margaret.
Well, Mr. Bradley, it's always a pleasure to appear on these programs for the benefit of the Motion Picture Relief Fund. Tonight, the pleasure was double for me by having had the opportunity to work with two such talented children as Margaret O'Brien and Billy Severn. Most of us could learn a lot about acting from them. In just a moment, we'll be back to tell you about next week's exciting show. But first, a word from one of our foremost beauty authorities, Lady Esther.
Thank you, Miss Louise. These are very busy days for most of us. And you know, that's one of the reasons so many women are changing to Lady Esther face powder. It stays on so long and stays so fresh and so flattering that busy women don't need to keep stopping and retouching their makeup. But that's only one of the reasons. I just wish you could read the many letters I get. Some women say they never saw such exciting powder shades. Others are thrilled by the way Lady Esther face powder hides little lines and blemishes. And so many women write and tell me my powder makes their skin look softer, more youthful. Now, if you could see how Lady Esther face powder is made, you'd know why it's so much more flattering than ordinary powder. First, it's just mixed in the usual way. But then you would see something happen to Lady Esther face powder which happens to no other powder. You would see it blown by hurricanes. Color and powder blown together at terrific speed. And you would see it come from this patented twin hurricane blending, a miracle of smoothness. The colors so perfectly merged that the shades are a lot more interesting and exciting on your skin. Just try Lady Esther face powder and see why more lovely women now use it than any other kind.
Next week, the Lady Esther Screen Guild Players will present Pittsburgh. It will star Marlene Dietrich, Randolph Scott, and John Wayne. Be sure to listen. Robert Young will soon be seen in Slightly Dangerous. Billy Severn can soon be seen in Man Down Under. Margaret O'Brien is soon to be seen in Dr. Gillespie's Criminal Case. All Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer productions. Anita Louise recently appeared in the play Mr. and Mrs. North. Music on tonight's program arranged and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. To save materials, buy the larger size of Lady Esther Face Cream. Thank you. Good night. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The motion picture cost $484,000 to produce in 1942, a lot of money for the time. In fact, in today's dollars, the equivalent is $9.7 million. But it did well at the box office. $1.5 million at the box office, almost $31 million today. And as we mentioned earlier, Laraine Day did the movie version, and of course you heard the radio version, Anita Louise taking that role. The profit over $561 million, and that was a good chunk of money. And that was the Screen Guild Theater 83 years ago, April 5th, 1943, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Up next, before there was cops, radio reporter Don Reed was on the night watch.
Driving tonight? Then remember this. Most highway deaths are caused by two temptations, to cut out of line and to go too fast. Crossing the center line of the road is more dangerous than you realize. Statistics prove it. Excessive speed is just as dangerous as officials say. You can predict your own impulses, but you can never predict the other drivers when driving tonight. Drive cautiously, please.
Before cops took the television viewer into the streets all across the nation with video cameras, it was audio recording. And the compact reel-to-reel recorders of the time that fit in a suitcase brought Night Watch to the streets. Radio reporter Don Reed from Los Angeles was the one behind this show. And this episode goes back 72 years, April 5th, 1954, the first show of the series.
Foreign service, starting mileage 6428, 6428. Detectives Perkins and Walter, the police recorder Don Reed. Central District Patrol, tour of duty 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. on the night watch.
Check 54, mileage 6428, patrolling Central District 6:04 p.m., starting night watch.
This is Don Reed. I'm a police recorder. The sounds you are listening to are real. This is a police car reporting in service for night duty. You will actually ride with this detective unit and follow the activities of the police officers in this car. You will watch and listen with me as the cases unfold. And as you listen, remember the people you hear are not actors, and all the voices and sounds are authentic. For this is Night Watch.
Night Watch. For the first time through the medium of network radio, the actual on-the-scene report of your police force in action. There are no actors, There is no script. The investigations are recorded as they actually occur. Night Watch, presented with the cooperation of the Police Department of Culver City, California. W.N. Hildebrand, Chief. We switch you to car 5-4, now on patrol, and to police recorder Don Reed.
Just checking our log. At 6:31 p.m. this date, we took a stolen car report and arranged transportation home for the victim. 7:32 p.m. assisted West Los Angeles police at the scene of a traffic accident. Cleared. 8:22 p.m. It might be interesting to know.
All units in the vicinity. At 2091 Hazelton, that's 2091 Hazelton, a 459 there now. Unit 54, handle the call. Code 2.
5-4, Roger, we're rolling. There's our call. And I reported 459. That means a burglar. A burglar is in the house and has been cited by some citizen or perhaps even the victim. We don't know. We have no further information on it. And we're taking off and moving as rapidly as conditions allow. Now, code 2, is which we are running, means we just have our red light on. We're not using a siren for quite obvious reasons. We don't want to tip off our presence. Now, one thing in particular that I can feel as we're running in here on these last few seconds, I can feel the tension that has suddenly come over the car. I know I personally feel it. A moment ago, we were cruising along, the conversation was casual, and suddenly comes this call, a burglar, which in the terminology of the police department, of course, is a 459. We're coming into the area now where the burglar has been reported. We've traveled perhaps, I'd say, 2.5 to 3 miles since our call was originally received. Our car is now watching for the street. We'll turn off to the right when it happens. And as a matter of fact, this is it, I believe, up ahead. Our red light has been turned off now. We're in second gear, slowing down. No, apparently this is, yes, it is too. This is the street. And now our car lights have gone off. We're driving completely in the dark. The officers are watching both sides of the sidewalk to see if we can see any person at all of suspicious nature. And this apparently is the house right off to the right. I noticed the officers observing. And we're coming in now, moving out as quietly as possible. The officers are getting out of the car, and we'll be right along behind them. Going up the walk as I'm talking. Up on the front porch, there's a gentleman who is motioning the officers into the house. Let's move right on in. Standing across from me in the bedroom door is a middle-aged woman clutching a bathrobe to her throat and appears to be in a very highly nervous condition. The officers are questioning her about the prowler. Let's move right on over.
Whoever he was, he came in, and I went into the bathroom, and he was in this room, and I thought it was my daughter. And then I was in the bathroom, and he walked right in the bathroom, and I went to go out, and he gave me a shove. And I started screaming. Naturally, then, my husband ran out of here, and my daughter just came in. See? And he was gone by the time she came back in.
Could you tell me, what did you look like, ma'am?
He was taller than you was, because he pushed me, and he had a white shirt on and a tie.
Was he a young man? Old
Yes,
man?
he was a younger man. When he went to shove me, I screamed. And he wasn't going to let me out of the bathroom, you know. And whenever, as soon as he pushed me, then I noticed he had gray trousers and a white shirt and a tie, and he was taller than you are. He must have come in this room first and dropped his coat. I don't know whether he knew these houses or whether he mixed them up. They don't get much alike.
Oh, we found a coat. The officers discovered a coat with a name in it, unquestionably. I'm moving out of the house now as I'm speaking, and that was the mother of you heard the description of it. I'm moving away now, and unquestionably we will go into investigation and determine just who and what this man is. The officers now are checking to see if he is still in the neighborhood. Right now, we'll move back to our car. Here in our police car again. And I've just been informed by one of the officers that while we were in the house on this investigation, Control 1 has received a second prowler call just a couple of blocks from here, as a matter of fact. Another car has been dispatched to that location. So,
in all units in vicinity. At 2036 Evergreen, they're holding a prowler there now. 5-4, this may be your 459 suspect wanted on your present call.
5-4, Roger. Well, this very possibly is a tie-in somewhere on that case. But where is that, Sergeant?
It's right down the end of this block, Don. I think it's the house there with a light on, right at the corner.
Right, check. We're coming to a stop now. And sliding in, our lights are out. We're skidding into a stop. And now let's get out with the officers and determine exactly what's happening. This very possibly...
He's right in there, officer. Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Come on, Don.
Following the officers on into the house now, as we're going into the main room. And this very possibly may be the suspect that we're looking for. He is in the bedroom, or rather the bathroom, of a private home. The officers are in with him, and he is standing in the nude at the present time. The officers have called for a blanket. He's putting up quite a fight about this whole thing. And I'll see if I can move in there. I can't quite get near enough to him now to pick up his voice. Because, as I said, the man in this case, the suspect, is completely nude. And they are throwing a blanket around him.
All right, fella, you've been placed under arrest. Let's go.
Well, the prisoner is being escorted out of the house. And I'm tagging along behind now as I'm speaking. He is handcuffed with just a blanket pulled up around him. Outside of the door now. The prisoner is being placed in the back seat of Unit 50 with an officer guarding him. Well, that means for us, next stop, police headquarters. It's 10:05 p.m. And I'm standing here at the booking desk in the Culver City Police Station. The suspect was positively identified by two of the victims a few moments ago. The suspect is being brought out of the detention room now. You probably can hear the cell door open, and two of the officers are directing the prisoner toward the booking desk. And incidentally, he is still handcuffed, and his only clothing is that blanket pulled around him. Sergeant Perkins is about to book the prisoner.
What happened tonight?
What happened tonight?
Yeah. How'd you get involved?
Chapter, his name is Murphy. Your sergeant's name is I don't know what. Add the two together and you have how I got involved.
How'd you get in that house down there?
The house belonged to me, Sergeant.
How about the other two houses?
They too belong to me, Sergeant.
Do you own the property, do you?
Indeed I do.
Where are your clothes?
Officer, may I ask you a question? Have you ever, in your house, this is your own individual house, ever gone to the bathroom without your trousers on?
Sure, in my own house.
Right. That house in which this particular officer and officer, is it a sergeant? There are about 5 or 6 properties in the city of Santa Monica that I own.
This is the city of Culver City, not the city of Santa Monica, and these people are signing complaints against you.
Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, and I suggest that you check with the people themselves.
Well, here is your property slip.
Okay.
What property you don't have. You're being booked on suspicion of 459, which is burglary and attempt assault.
Right.
What?
I say I am fully aware of that.
Okay. Let me take his handcuffs off here and put them on back there.
Would I be going too far to ask for a pair of trousers?
We don't have any. Our buddies are going to try to get some for you.
Just a second, please. May I finish talking? Okay. Would you do me one favor?
What's that?
Call district attorney.
You know the district attorney?
No, not directly.
Well, I'm sure that you wait till Monday morning then.
No, I don't think so either. I think perhaps you better call now.
Take his handcuffs off and put them back in the
May I say one thing? I asked you. I made a request.
We'll call him Monday morning.
Wait a minute. Before you go any further, I have committed no crimes. Remember this. I have asked for a request to call the district attorney, and you have said no, right?
Take him back in.
That's all. Thank you. When you're demoted Monday morning, come see me.
We have moved over here to the Night Watch Commander's office, where he and Sergeant Perkins have been conferring on the many reports necessary in this case. I think we're about ready to clear, right, Sergeant?
In just a minute, Don. By the way, you might be interested in one or two other developments that have occurred.
Really?
A friend of the suspect came to the station a short while ago and brought some clothes for the prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
And incidentally volunteered the information that the suspect did not, to his knowledge, own any of the property he claimed he did during our interrogation.
I see.
And by the way, he also stated the prisoner had been a guest of honor at a stag party given earlier this evening.
Really?
Yeah, he was scheduled to be married tomorrow.
You are listening to Night Watch. For the first time, through the medium of network radio, the on-the-scene activities of a detective unit on their tour of duty. The people are not actors, and the voices and sounds are authentic. The investigations are recorded as they actually occur. And now to continue the action on Night Watch, we return you to police recorder Don Reed on patrol in police car 5-4.
It's well past midnight on the night watch, and I'm speaking from the Culver City Police Station. We've been out on patrol until a few moments ago when we were advised to report back to headquarters. Once again, we're returning to the office of the Chief of Detectives, Lieutenant Bob Conlon.
Hi, Lieutenant. Did you call me?
Yes, Perkins. You know, we had a homicide here a short time ago. I'm working on another angle of the case, and we have 2 new witnesses. I want you to take their statements, then re-question the murder suspect. When you're finished, report back to me.
Where are the witnesses?
They're waiting in the next office.
Right, Lieutenant. Evening, gentlemen. I'd like to have a statement from both of you. I'd like to talk to you first, if I may, sir. Now, I understand that you met this man in question earlier tonight in a bar. You had a conversation with him. What did you say to him?
I said, come on, have a drink. So he said, all right. He said, what do you have? And he said, whiskey sour. So I went and bought the whiskey sour, and he said, I'm going to kill that woman. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill him. So I said, after all, I said, you got a wife, you got a kid. And I said, your daughter. I said, would you want your kids to think you was a murderer? He stomped out the side door, and that's all I saw of the man.
Has this man ever threatened her before? Do you know?
Yes, he did. He told me he was going to kill her before. He told me that.
Well, I'll tell you what I would like to have you do is to write down in your own words just exactly what you told us here, and so that we can use it on the coroner's inquest.
The first witness is going over to a table in the corner. And it's interesting to note that the statement just heard may be the first step in changing the entire complexion of this case.
Thank you.
And now the sergeant is going to continue.
Now, as the second witness, I'd like to have your statement, please. How long have you known this man?
Well, I should say I know him around about 12 or 15 years.
About 12 or 15 years. Have you ever heard him threaten to kill this woman before?
Yes.
What words did he use? Do you remember any of the words?
He called her a wino and said, I'll kill that old drunk wino some of these days if she don't get to doing better. Because I'm trying to raise her up and build her up to do something right. I said, and you can't do it by killing her.
How long ago was this?
Well, that's about the last week.
About last week. And what else did he say?
He said to me, I think it was Thursday. He said, that old bag of bones is the kill of my life. He says, she's a ruin. He said, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her. It was the last thing I ever do. I told him, I said, listen, I said, you've got 2 children. You've got a boy that's grown up. And you've got a girl that's about 12 years old. I said, don't you ever think about them? I said, why don't you walk off?
He has committed physical violence on her before, is it?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what I'd like to have you do, if you'll do the same as this other gentleman, and just write down in your own words just what you've told us here, so that we can use it in the coroner's inquest.
The 2 witnesses are just leaving the room now. And glancing down the hall, I could see the murder suspect arriving in custody of an officer. And in these last few seconds, I'd like to point out the very unusual situation. Now, you've heard both witnesses state that this man had threatened to kill the woman. But entering the door now is the irony of this case. Because it's the woman that shot and killed him.
Can you sit down over here, please? Right here, ma'am. There you are. Now, I'd like to have you tell me in your own words just exactly what happened last night.
I went around and turned all the lights on like I do to try to keep them scared away. And I put my kittens to bed early because I have to take them to the garage. I got them in and locked the door and got in. So then naturally I don't figure to get out no more. I'm afraid to even go out in my yard. And I was going to take a bath. And something, I don't know, I just felt afraid to even strip off because I never know when he's going to be at the door, you know, and I just seem to have that feeling. So I decided, well, I'll soak my feet, but then I'll take my bath and shampoo my hair in the morning. So I went on up to go in the kitchen to fix some coffee, because I always drink coffee again after dinner. And I'm in there, and I had this light right in that patio there by the kitchen. And all of a sudden the light went off. You just turn it like that. But I could see him clear, you know, just right there in my face. And began to threaten me. And He says, I told you I was going to get you, and I've come to get you tonight. I've come to kill you tonight. And I made the remark then. I said, I've got a gun too, so I said I wouldn't talk like that. And I figured maybe he got afraid, and he went up the wall and started up the street, and then he had his car that time, and he sat there for quite a while. I opened the front door. The screen door was hooked, and I opened the front door and stood there. I'd say he sat there a good 10 minutes, or it seemed that long or more. And then he come to this other window.
This is the window on the driveway in the bedroom.
Yes, sir. He came to that one.
Where were you at that time?
I was in my room. I had already stripped off, and I was sitting on my bed. And
That is in the front bedroom.
Yes. I thought, well, I've got to go in there and see if I can get him going again. And I went in and I talked to him, and he said, I'm coming in after you. And he had the screen either off or pulled out at that time, even when I went in, In other words, he was clear to me through that hole. And so I kept talking to him. He said he wasn't leaving, he was coming in. And I said, I've got a gun here. And I even showed it. I held it right out in front.
Where was the gun at that time?
It was laying right there on that dresser by the window. I said, see, I've got a gun in my hand. I said, if you try to come in, I'll shoot. He said, go ahead and shoot. He says, you haven't hit together, you wouldn't do it, or something. I don't know the words he said. He said, anyway, I'm coming in after you. And he kept on coming.
He started coming to the window then?
That's when he started to make his lunch in, and I pulled the trigger, and then he started cursing me.
And how far away were you from him at the time that you fired?
Well, I couldn't have been very far because I was right up there talking, I'm standing there by the dresser.
How many feet were you from him, roughly?
I couldn't say. The window stays like that, and the dresser...
About 3 feet away?
Couldn't have been any farther than that, I don't think. I just reached here and the window there, and I'm standing there, as I said, I held it, and I said, I showed him the gun. And
well, after you fired, what did he do then?
He started cursing me, and then he takes off up the drive to the front door.
And then what happened?
Well, when I heard him do that, I didn't even know I'd hit him. So I come through, and I laid the gun up here where they picked it up, and I walked up to watch, because I've got a double lock on the door, and he'd have a pretty hard time getting in the door. And I come up, and the porch light was on, and I looked, and he was at the door, but just about the time I got there, he just went back like that.
He fell back, did he?
He fell back.
And he collapsed on the front porch
right there. And I must have hit him because he fell.
And then did you call the police after that?
Yes.
And then the radio car came, is that it?
Outside till they came.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much.
It's 1:45 a.m., and we're back here in the office of Lieutenant Conlon, where he's been studying the statements given by the two witnesses that Sergeant Perkins interviewed a short while ago. Well, does that wrap up the case, Lieutenant?
Yeah, Don, that's about it. Sometimes a police investigation may point up a person's guilt or clear them of any connection with a crime. Or, still again, as in this case, may tend to show the suspect's action to be justified.
Well, with that, it just means completing formal reports and submitting them to the district attorney for action. From then on, it's up to the courts.
Ladies and gentlemen, Police Chief W.N. Hildebrand.
In the case of the prowler tonight, he was subsequently booked for violation 459 of the Penal Code, which is burglary, and Section 240 of the Penal Code, assault, the penalty of which is 1 to 15 years in the state prison for burglary, or up to 6 months in the county jail for assault. In the case of the homicide involving the woman who shot the man as he attempted to break into her home, the Detective Bureau, under Lieutenant Bob Conlon, submitted their reports and testimony to the Los Angeles County Coroner at the inquest, where a verdict of justifiable homicide was rendered. In turn, the suspect was released from custody. Over 100,000 people come through our city each week, making our city one of the most heavily populated in the state of California. My department is cooperating in bringing you the activities of the night watch in the interest of public security. No police department can be effective without the combined efforts of the citizens and the realization of the problems encountered by their officers. If, through this program, our department can further that cause, then our efforts will be well rewarded in bringing you the night watch.
Thank you, Chief Hildebrand. You have just heard, through the medium of network radio, on-the-scene reports of your police force in action. Every voice, every sound has been real. Night Watch is brought to you through the cooperation of the Police Department of Culver City, California, and is produced by Sterling Tracy and Jim Hedlock, with technical advice by Police Sergeant Ron Perkins, and is described in the field by Police Recorder Don Reed.
It's 2:30 a.m., and we're just pulling into the police garage. Well, that about wraps it up, huh, Sergeant?
Yeah, except for making out the logs.
Control 1 to 5-4. Are you clear?
Give me a minute, Don. 5-4, Raj. You're clear and reporting out of service.
Check 5-4. 2:31 a.m. End of night watch.
The CBS show aired 72 years ago, April 5th, 1954, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up next, David and Claudia, and they're going to hire some help.
Ladies and gentlemen, make tomorrow your D-Day. Get an extra bond for defense. Step into any bank or post office and buy yourself a profitable share in America's future. As an investment, bonds are better than ever. They can help you save safely, conveniently, and profitably. So whether you already buy on the payroll savings plan where you work or the bond-a-month plan where you bank, get an extra bond for defense tomorrow.
We wrap up this episode of Classic Radio Theater by seeing what's going on with David and Claudia. 78 years ago today, April 5th, 1948.
Your Coca-Cola bottler presents Claudia, based on the play and novels by Rose Franken. Brought to you, transcribed Monday through Friday, by your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. Relax, and while you're listening, refresh yourself. Have a Coke. And now, Claudia.
Dum 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 dum. David, you nearly dressed yet?
I will be in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
You look lovely dressed in a lamb's tail.
Now, before I go in to shave, you'd better tell me what it is you want me to do.
How'd you know I wanted you to do?
I've been your husband long enough.
Then please pull the sofa away from the wall so I can mop up the floor behind it.
What?
What's the matter with mopping up behind the sofa?
Now, look, darling. Just because you're interviewing maids today, that doesn't mean that you have
I
to
want the apartment to look all spruced up for when they start coming.
They? But then you won't look as if you needed a maid.
Exactly. No maid these days is going to take a job with a person who doesn't look as if she can't keep her apartment clean herself.
But that's what the maid's for, I thought.
You just don't have any psychology at all. Hey, say, it's getting late.
You mean it's getting early? Must be all of 7:45.
7:45 already? Oh, I'll never get the apartment all cleaned up on time.
What's on time?
8 o'clock.
Oh.
Didn't you read the ad in the paper?
I looked for it, but I couldn't find it.
You couldn't find the ad?
No.
You probably looked in the wrong place. It's a lovely ad. I'd take the job myself.
You may have to.
Now, let me see. Oh, here it is. General houseworker, to be a member of the family, loves children, cats, and dogs, and the country. Call Norton Plaza 55597 or apply. Then I give our address. Well, how's that? Think we'll get a lot of answers?
No.
No?
No. I understand it's still very difficult to get someone these days. With a child and a cat and a dog.
Seems to me if I were a maid, I'd grab the job. Imagine living in a beautiful house designed by you.
And taking care of a beautiful baby designed by you.
And you. And living in the country. Sounds like a wonderful job.
Well, you ought to know you've had it for a while.
I don't ever want another job, darling.
Don't you even want a raise?
I don't even want shorter hours. I'm very satisfied with the position.
And I'm very satisfied with each and every service you have rendered.
Would you like to prove it, darling?
I would.
Then move that sofa.
Oh, I might have known it. There's a price to pay for everything.
David, what do you think she'll be like?
Who?
The maid.
Oh, she'll probably be very big and very pale with large hands and flat feet.
Flat feet?
Mm.
Will she be young or old?
Oh, betwixt.
That doesn't sound like our maid. Her name ought to be Bridget. Or maybe she's Swedish.
A Swedish girl called Bridget. That sounds very interesting. Well, I'm all through sweeping behind the sofa. I'll push it up against the wall.
If you weren't so busy being an architect, I wouldn't need a maid. She's very considerate, isn't she?
Who?
Who have we been talking about? Our new maid, of course.
Oh,
She's waiting till 8 o'clock to call us up. Just like it said in the ad.
that's not very encouraging.
Why isn't it?
Well, it makes me think that maybe there aren't so many maids who are just dying to come and housework in the Norton Zoo.
I'll bet you 20 cents.
Spendthrift.
David, do you think that's one?
It's not 8 o'clock.
Well, that shows how much she wants the job. She couldn't wait.
I'd better get out of here and get dressed.
Hey, how does the room look? How do I look?
Just like the new maid.
Oh, I can't wait to see what she'll be like.
Then answer the door before she changes her mind and goes away.
David, I never interviewed one before. What's it like?
She'll probably interview you, so relax.
I'm relaxed.
Then you'd better answer the door and find out what kind of a maid our maid is. I'm going in the bedroom and peek through the keyhole.
Oh, I wish you were interviewing and I was peeking. David, what'll I say?
Just roll out the red carpet and shout, "Welcome."
She sounds as if she really wants the job. Well, here I go. Keep your fingers crossed.
Darling, take off that apron.
Doesn't matter. She'll understand. Hello. I'm Mrs. Norton.
And I'm Mrs. Brooks.
I'm very glad to meet you. Won't you come in?
Well, I don't mind if I do. But, is it all right if I interview you here?
Interview me? Why, no. No, that's fine. We'll go in the living room.
Well, there's no one home?
Only my husband. He's dressing.
Oh, you're a couple.
Yes, we're married. I hope you don't mind I'm not dressed. I was just dusting up.
Oh, that's perfectly all right. You, get started early, don't you?
So do you.
Well, this is rather an occasion. An ad like yours just doesn't come every day.
Oh, you like the ad? I'm so glad. And, of course, I'm delighted that you like to get started early in the mornings, too, because my husband and I are very early risers.
Yes, that's quite unusual these days.
Is it? Well, as long as you like to get up early and we like to get up early, it doesn't matter about anybody else, does it?
Yes. Well, this room's very nice and clean.
Oh, I just did it very hurriedly. We thorough clean on Wednesdays.
Thorough clean? That sounds very encouraging.
I just can't stand a place that's dusty.
Oh,
Can you?
You really are an exceptional person, Mrs. Norton. But I can't abide with dust either.
Well, then we'll get along beautifully. Do you like children?
Oh, I'm extremely fond of them. But I haven't got any of my own.
Oh, I am sorry. Well, my husband will probably want to see you.
And I, of course, will want to see him.
Of course. Well, now, what have we got left to discuss?
I'd like to know a little about your experience.
Well, I haven't had very much, but...
It's the spirit that counts.
That's what I always say. Besides, my husband and I like simple foods.
Oh, yes, of course, and so do I.
And, salary?
You mean wages?
Yes, of course, wages.
I think we can let that ride for the time being. Let's wait and see how it works out.
Well, that's a perfect idea.
I'm certainly glad I didn't wait until 8 o'clock to call you. You'll probably be besieged. Oh, it's so difficult to find the right person these days. And your ad was so appealing.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll go in and see if my husband is ready.
Would you be ready to start right away?
Immediately. I'll get my husband. I'll be right back.
Well, darling, how is she?
David, she sounds wonderful.
She does?
And you were certainly right. She's interviewing me. I forgot to ask her whether she likes cats and dogs, too.
She must, or she wouldn't have answered the ad.
That's true. And she loved the ad. Say, you know, she doesn't look like a maid at all.
No? Well, what does she look like?
Well, she's about 40 and, like you said, beautifully dressed.
Well, wages are high these days.
Well, don't you want to come in and see her?
Now, let's see. Wait till I put on my tie and coat.
Yes.
I want to make an impression.
I told her all about you. She seemed very pleased about you, too.
Well, you'd better go back in there before she changes her mind about taking the job.
Oh, darling, I can hardly believe it. Just think we have a new maid, and a wonderful one. and on the first try.
Kiss the Blarney Stone and skadoodle.
Goodbye, Blarney Stone. Mrs. Brooks, my husband will be right out.
Well, there's really no need. I'm sure he'll be fine, and I'm completely satisfied with you. Your attitude is what pleases me most.
My attitude? Well, if you don't mind, Mrs. Brooks, I'd like to say the same thing for you.
Well, it's nice of you. Of course, you're very young and somewhat inexperienced, but we'll manage.
Oh, I do hope so. Mrs. Brooks, I hope you won't think I'm impertinent, but you see, my husband and I sort of like to know a little more about the people who...
Yes, and so do I. But you know, somehow from the very first moment I met you, I've been thinking... How shall I put it? But I've been thinking that, well, you're not exactly the type one finds doing housework.
Oh, I don't mind. I was just doing a little dusting around before you came. Well, now it's all settled?
Yes, and I know I'll be very pleased with you and your husband.
Oh, David, this is Mrs. Brooks.
No, glad to meet you, Mrs. Brooks.
Good morning, Mr. Norton.
My wife tells me she's very pleased with what you told her.
That's nice. And I'm very pleased with what I've seen of your wife. Oh, by the way, I was just wondering, have you any references?
References?
What did you say, Mrs. Brooks?
Oh, of course, references aren't important. I still say it's the spirit.
Now, isn't that nice, David?
Well, now, here's my card.
Oh, thank you.
And I won't take up any more of your time, and, well, until Saturday, goodbye.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Till Saturday, then.
And thank you for coming.
Well, of course, I'm not really accustomed to going out for interviewing, but, oh, well, you know how things are these days. One does so many things differently.
David, isn't she wonderful?
I'm not sure. It sounded to me as if she were interviewing us.
That's what you said would happen.
I know, but, well, not so seriously.
David, don't look a gift made in the mouth. Just thank your lucky stars. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. There's another one. David, just tell her the position is taken.
Hello. Yes, this is it. Have we gotten a job yet? What was that you said? Have we found it? Well, I think you've made a mistake. I think you have the wrong number. Darling, get that newspaper.
David, what's the matter? Look, here it is.
I thought so.
What?
Our ad's in the wrong column. It's in the jobs wanted column, not in the help wanted column.
That means that...
Mrs. Brooks was interviewing us. She thought we wanted the job.
David, oh, no. Then we haven't got a maid after all. And she seems so perfect.
And Mrs. Brooks hasn't got a couple after all either. And we seem so perfect. We'll have to call her.
You better answer that.
And you'd better answer that.
We'd better not answer either. We're a couple of false pretenses.
They'll be ringing all day long.
And so many more people want maids than there are maids that want people.
Wait a minute, darling. If a good enough job comes along, maybe we ought to take it.
Maybe you better answer that phone. Oh, and when you're through with the telephone, darling, will you please answer the door?
Suppose the bell rang right this minute and unexpected guest popped in. Would you be in a position to greet them as hospitably as you'd like? If there's a case of Coca-Cola in the house, you've no need to worry. Whether the young people bring their friends home or your own companions drop over for an hour or an evening, if there's plenty of Coke on ice, everyone can enjoy the pause that refreshes.
You know, Mr. King, I was completely taken in by Mrs. Norton.
And she was by you, Mrs. Brooks.
But I don't envy her. Her phone's going to be ringing like mad all day long.
Well, Claudia won't mind too much. She just loves to answer the phone.
Name me the woman who doesn't.
And tomorrow she gets her big chance.
Oh, indeed. How?
Well, it seems that Mr. Carrington telephones from Chicago, and the papers David needs are locked in the safe. You know how safe combinations are, so Claudia and...
Papers? What papers?
What papers? Well, I wish I knew. But I suppose I'll find out tomorrow.
And I will, too. Goodbye, Mr. King.
Goodbye, Mrs. Brooks, and I hope you find that maid you're looking for. As I was about to say, Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes. And ice-cold Coca-Cola is everywhere. These broadcasts are adapted for radio by Manya and Roger Starr, and the entire production is supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney.
And there you have it, from 78 years ago, April 5th, 1948, Claudia, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for making us a part of your Sunday. We'll start off the new week on Monday with Crime with Jack Webb and Dragnet, Dane Clark and Crime and Peter Chambers, Casey Crime Photographer and The Fire, Barry Kerrig Confidential Investigator starring William Gargan, and another episode of Claudia. That's all coming up tomorrow here on Classic Radio Theater. Have yourself a great Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.